So you're telling me that Lil Durk paid for a hit in retaliation against somebody, but then told the hitmen not to go through with it. They went through with it anyway, and then he didn't pay them, and now Lil Durk is going to jail. If I ever go to jail, I'm calling Brian Steele to represent me, and day 2 of the Lil Durk trial is exactly why. Yesterday, he dropped a 35-point game out there, and I'm about to break down exactly what happened. If you didn't catch my last video, or you're too employed to follow what's going on with the case, the prosecutors are saying that Lil Durk is the ringleader for a retaliation hit coordinated against Quando Rondo because of what happened to Lil Von in Atlanta. This is what led to the incident in LA where Lil Pab lost his life in broad day, and OTF members such as OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie are being accused of being the ones who did the deed. The prosecutors are using the public criticism from 6ix9ine, Whack 100, and you niggas on Instagram who was on the comment section telling Lil Durk to slide for Von as proof of the motive that Lil Durk had for coordinating this, and they said the evidence they have that ties him to it are his bank statements, the phone calls, the locations of the cars when they was driving to and from stalking Quando Rondo around LA, and the comments that he said on $1 million worth of game. The detective testified that the police had access to OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie's phones, travel records, the calls they were making, all different types of digital evidence, and that the purchases that were made for their flight logs and for their clothing specifically were made with Lil Durk's Amex. The detective then went on to testify about the in and out scene, and this is where shit got wicked for Lil Durk. But don't worry, Brian Steele saw this coming from a mile away and just started to lace his sneakers up in advance. There's 4K footage of the OTF members in and out with the same shoes that they ran the drill on, accessing their phones all at the same time, scrolling through social media, sending reels out to people about the shooting, looking at the news. It wasn't like this big spectacle where they all were on like fucking live stream reacting to the news like how the prosecutor said, but they were looking at information about what had just happened, and they were starting to look nervous. They look over to Lil Durk in court and he's starting to look nervous too. So the evidence proves that the suspects knew something about the shooting. Well, except for OTF Didi. OTF Didi, his text message showed that he was texting a Black China knockoff and telling her that he was about to be in LA. He only found out 2 hours before the trip. So OTF Didi might get cleared off that. But this does not prove that Lil Durk coordinated those hits. And Brian Steele focused on that and capitalized. Be Steele, that's what I'm gonna call him from now on, because Brian Steele has nerves of steel. Be still in his presence. Fuck is you talking about? He walked that detective down on that stand, asked him, so y'all met with OTF Vonnie and OTF Jam multiple times, right? Detective said yes. Why aren't all these conversations recorded? If recording is not the best way to keep a record of these conversations, an audio or video recording in 4K, why don't we have the footage of that? Detective said, we wrote it down. Alright, niggas. He implied that the government was pressuring OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie to cooperate with them so that they could get less time and that Lil Durk could be the fall guy for all of this. B Steele then goes on to corroborate his theory by asking the police, how do y'all know Lil Durk bought those Amex flights himself? And they were like, we know. So B Steele brings up a text that the prosecution tried to stop him from bringing up, but the judge overruled that objection. Dumbass niggas. Durk told these niggas, I'ma fall back from this. Don't book no flights in my name. As a matter of fact, when more research was done, Durk never used his card for any of the purchases for the clothes or the flights. That was OTF Vonnie off of one of Durk's business associates' approval through his LLC. So these niggas basically ran a drill without listening to the nigga who told them to run the drill and was supposed to pay them for the drill. How does that make Lil Durk a criminal? The rumor had it that OTF Jam was supposed to testify on day 2, but those are just rumors. We gonna see how the prosecution fires back at B Steele for day 3. And I'm gonna give y'all another update. So if y'all was rocking with this, share this with a friend, follow the page, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.